Happy Thursday! Welcome to tonight's Team Zoom, our first Team Zoom post-convention. It was fun. What a trip. It was so much fun. So tonight's Zoom is going to be a little different. We're not doing any special trainings. We're going to actually be talking about Rising Leaders Retreat, which is what they announced at convention. So those of you who do not know, I'm going to explain who I am because there are some new faces. Hi, I'm Jess. Welcome to the cult. Your tattoo appointment is scheduled after this. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I know I'm hilarious. Okay. So if you hop on this and you're like, oh my gosh, it's a pyramid scheme, go ahead. No, this is not a pyramid scheme. This is not a cult. This is a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun here. It's a great time. And yeah, so my name is Jess. I have been with Plexus for almost 11 years, practically a dinosaur. No, I did not get in early. No, I didn't get successful because other people all joining my team. This is not a pyramid scheme. This is not that at all. I'm a real person. I am born and raised in Delaware, married my high school sweetheart. I got 2 boys. I stay home with them full time. I have way too many animals. It's chaos around here all the time. I got out of the pool just a little bit ago. I'm underqualified and never finished college. So there's my story and I'm sticking to it. It's a lot of fun. Okay. So I'm going to share what all of this means. If you are new here and you're like, oh my gosh, this is just too much. I don't even know where to get started. It's okay. We're not going to scare you away. I promise. We're going to show you how to get started, but you're probably here because somebody loves you and they said, hey, I want you to come and do this with me. Okay. Plexus is different. I don't even think of it as an MLM because we don't do inventory. We don't have quotas. We're not doing the hey girl calls. We're not doing any of those kinds of things. I'm not bribing you. I'm not telling you. I'm not keeping anything a secret from you. Okay. We are upfront and real here and we're all friends. And it's just a lot of fun. So if you are new here, hopefully you have products. If not, that's okay. We're not gonna yell at you. But if you don't, it's okay. You can get started eventually, and that's totally fine. So I'm going to share my screen so you guys can kind of have a visual, not just stare at my post-poll face after all that mess today. Hold on. Okay, can you see my screen? Yes, okay. All right. I am no professional. If I can do this, anybody can do this. Okay, so first we're going to dive in to obviously talking about Cancun because that's why most of you are here. And then we're also going to be talking about some takeaways from convention that we just went to from people who have never gone, people it was their first experience, and some other stories you're going to hear along the way. So get comfy, grab a drink. Okay. All right, so what we are going to be talking about. Sorry, I have to like move my
Jerry, the perfect example of this. First time we met, I think it was a cognitive event. Well, yeah, the topic. We took care of that, but that allowed me to uncover dental for him, purchase a house.
Is
Fast
everybody
forward to
muted?
today, we're standing in the garage.
Hold on.
Stop playing the dream. I got it.
Mute all. Mute all. Okay. Sorry, guys. Where'd I go? See, I told you. If I can do this, anybody can do this. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. I think I see you guys. Can somebody unmute and tell me that you can see me and you're okay?
You're good.
You're good.
Jessica.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. So we're here because we want to go to Cancun. Okay. So I personally, this will be my 12th earned Rising Leaders Retreat. 12th. 12th. That's a really weird number to say. This will be my 12th. So I have done this and it's not something I automatically earn just because I'm a jewel. Absolutely not. If anything, I probably have to work a lot harder because everybody in my network and their grandma and their cousin and their second cousin and my baby cows all do Plexus already. So I got to work really hard to earn these trips, but I love them. They're so much fun because guess what? I've taken my kids to places most adults have never been into, and they are 7 and 9. And I'm grateful for that. And I don't have to pay for it. And it's something that I started and really fell in love with because personally, I never thought that family vacations would be possible. But now we travel 3 and 4 times a year to not just up the road at the campground. We're going to Hawaii. I'm literally taking my kids all next year to Mexico twice. I'm going to Hawaii or I'm going to Alaska in September, all because of Plexus. I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that to be real. And it's something that I really, really love. And I want everyone to know, like, I'm not special and you can do this too. And there's a lot of people on this Zoom along with me who have gone to these places as well. So buckle up. It's so much fun. It's simple. It's not easy, but it is so simple. You just have to make the decision to start and keep going because life is gonna life. Everybody's life is gonna life. Okay. Nobody is special. We all have weddings and babies and deaths and everything, right? We're all busy. Every single one of us. We all can do this. So, we're going to talk about how to get there and just getting started and the little things that you want to pay attention to. So, first up is we just dropped an Icon Club program, and it's literally created to help every single person start by being successful in the very beginning. And then they said, oh, just kidding. That's not all. They said if you achieve this Icon Club program by August, you're going to be getting 800 points towards Cancun. Okay. So they're like, all right, we're going to send you to Cancun, but also you're going to get points if you do this first. So it's amazing. So the contest for rising leaders actually does not start until September. And if you're probably like, well, then why am I here, Jess? It's June. But they always start 2 months prior. So they start in July. Okay. So they backtrack the contest to July, and that's when you start accruing points. So we're starting now. That way you can start accumulating points. And then by August, you're like, I'm already an icon. Hey, I'm here, showing up, already ahead of the game. Okay. So we're going to talk about the Icon Club. And then what I really love is that Plexus has never done this. So we have partnered with Eric War. If you don't know him, he's a network marketing professional. He has done this for almost 40 years, very successful, built multiple businesses with this platform. And he paired with Plexus and said, hey, I see what you guys are doing. I want to be a part of it, but I want to train people the right way on how to do this because there is a wrong way to do this, but we're doing it the right way. So he's pairing with us starting tomorrow and all of July. You get an hour training every single week with him. Okay. Now, if you did not know the value in that, that usually costs people thousands of dollars. But Plexus said, "Hey, we got you. We're covering because we want to see you succeed," which in itself is an amazing. If you don't know who Eric War is, go find him, go follow him. He's amazing. He's awesome. But you're going to get special training from him once a week. Now, listen, it's 1 hour out of the week. And if you're like, well, I don't have time for that. Well, that's not the right mindset. So I'm just letting you know that if this is something that you plan to do, be prepared to have, and even if you can't attend, they're going to be recorded. So just prioritize 1 hour to be able to listen, to train, to learn, and be a student of what he's going to tell you to do. Okay. The next thing is, like I said, we're going to cast vision tonight and show you guys, like, you're not going to hear just from me. Okay. I know I'm boring, but you're going to hear from other people and know that, like, it's not just me talking and just getting y'all to come sign up with something weird. But seriously, you're going to hear from other people and see what they experienced. Last week, it was a lot of fun while we were in Dallas. And we're going to talk about Cancun in February of 2026. But first thing, number one, we're going to talk about, we have a little checklist, okay? If you're new around here, you haven't bought your products, make sure you get with a person who invited you here tonight and make sure you are getting started with your products because obviously you're not going to be able to share your Plexus if you don't have Plexus, right? You need to make sure you have your products. So that's step number one. Do not pass go. Do not go anywhere else until you buy your products. Okay. We're going to do that because you're going to start feeling good. Next, you want to mark your calendars for tomorrow. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m., Eric is doing his first training with us, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna give you an idea, set the tone, expectations, all the things. So mark your calendar for tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern time to be on that. And then I have other dates marked here so you can see them as well. And then the next thing, obviously, we build a business. We do not do this alone. It's no fun. Okay. We work smarter, not harder. And grabbing friends and saying, hey, being very intentional, being very specific and saying, I'm doing this, not just saying, oh God, hey, I might be doing this MLM thing. You want to come and do it with me? No, that's weird. Okay. If you say, hey girl, I found this stuff and I think you'd be great at it, say it with your chest. When you say it confidently, people take you so serious. Okay. When you say it with confidence and you tell them, hey, I'm doing this thing, they're probably going to be a little bit more curious rather than you just hiding behind a little bush and saying, hey girl. So grab 3 friends. Hey, I'm doing this. Come with me. Let's go to Cancun. Let's go make some money. Let's start feeling better. Okay. Stay connected. I see a lot of people. Listen, I've been here for almost 11 years. I have a lot of people in the Plexus protection plan, okay, where they message me and then they're like, bye, I'm not going to talk to you for 6 months until you post a testimony. And you're like, oh, yeah, I definitely need to talk to Jess again. Stay connected with the person who invited you here. If you sign up with them, please, if you have issues, you have questions, we are here to help. We don't want you to spend money and then go away. We want you to come feel better and come run with us and be successful. That's the whole point of this whole thing. And then be a student. Be a student. This is not something that you get to go out into the workforce and learn. They're not going to tell you to go read a book to better yourself. They're not going to tell you to go be better. They're not going to tell you to be a better person, to grow in so many different ways, because I can tell you the person I was 11 and a half years ago, I am not, thank goodness, I am not the same person that I am today at all. I don't even know who that girl is or was. So be a student, grow, learn, and you're going to learn along the way as you earn. You're not going to learn everything, but you're going to learn as you go. Okay. Any questions? I can't see you guys, so I don't know where you went. So hopefully you were good. I'm gonna check the chat real quick. Oh, there you are. Okay, we're good. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, where'd I go? Once again, if I can do this, anybody can do this. Okay. All right. So we're gonna set expectations here. Here we are positive, we are not negative. And you guys know what I'm talking about. That person that walks into the room and everything and anything, there's a problem, right? They're just negative. We're not going to be that person. No Nancy's around here. We're going to be positive Pollys, okay? You're going to be coachable, meaning that I've been around the block a time or two. I'm going to give you suggestions and you should probably take them because I've been on 12 leaders retreats. 12 almost. And then willing to grow. If somebody says, the person who you joined, if they say, hey, you should watch this training, I think you should really really listen to it, or you should read this book, or you should, whatever it may be, they're not telling you that for giggles. They're telling you that because they're thinking about you, they want to help you. We do this because we care, and you want to be self-driven. Being your own boss is a lot of fun until you have to actually do the work and somebody's not telling you to do it. Okay. So you have to be self-driven and disciplined. And sometimes that's not always easy because it is a whole lot easier to go scroll on TikTok for an hour, right? It's so much easier to go do something else. And sometimes we avoid the things when we don't want to do it, right? We're like, oh, I need to do the laundry. Just kidding. I'm just going to go out in the garden. Relatable, right? So you have to be disciplined. But listen, when you come here to Plexus and you want to start doing this and you want to earn this trip, we're not telling you that you're going to have to work 40 hours a week. Absolutely not. But you do have to be intentional. And if you are intentional in doing it the right way, you do not have to sacrifice a ton of time. It's just a little consistent effort. Okay. All right. All right, so here are some notes that I wanted to give you guys. This does require effort. Now, when I think of work, most people are like, oh my gosh, that's so much work. No, my husband is actually a police officer and he actually just had to come home and get his waders on. He's been at work since like 5 o'clock this morning. He had to go search for something in his waders. So when he goes to work, that is work. Like that's actual work, but I get to be here with my kids and I get to talk with you guys. This is effort. This is not hard, right? There's a difference between people who have to actually work and wear a vest when they go to work and wear a gun and, all that kind of stuff. But this is fun. And it is if you allow it to be and you do it in the right intentional way. And this does require consistency. If you do not show up and you do not say, hey, my Plexus business is open, people don't know that. And they won't join you and they won't take you serious. So whenever you do occasionally show up once every 6 months, it probably doesn't look that great and they're not going to take you that serious, right? This is not an overnight success thing. This is something personally for me, I'm going to do forever because I love this business. We get to pass it down to our kids and all of that. But this is not an overnight success and it does take time. Just like with anything, you want to get fit, it takes time. You want to be rich, it takes time. You want to be happier and healthier and all the things, it takes time. Nothing in life comes easy, right? You're building a community. You are building a team. And I know that kind of sounds icky if you have past experience and you're like burned by 90s MLM ways and you did Mary Kay, you did Avon, you did Isagenix and you did 31 and I did other network marketing companies, but this is different. But we get to build a different type of community with like-minded people, and I cannot tell you how much I love getting together with my people because it's a totally different vibe. We are all positive. I'm cheering you on. It's not negative. And it's just a lot of fun and they want to see you succeed. Okay. And it's truly simple. It's not easy. Like it's not something that's going to just be handed to you, but it is simple if you put in the consistent effort. And then if you can't prioritize a 1 hour Zoom a week, how do you expect to earn a free trip? Okay. So just remember that. I'm just setting the standards here. Don't shoot the messenger. You need to make a decision to believe. I love this quote. It was something I heard in Dallas. You need to make a decision to believe your life can change and the courage to fight like crazy to make it happen. Okay. Before, sorry. Before I started Plexus, I was working 2 jobs and I didn't want kids because I truly believed that I couldn't stay home with them. And I never wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but because of Plexus, that completely changed my life. And I'm not saying that as a sob story. I'm not saying that to try and convince you, but that's really my truth. And Plexus changed my life, and I want it to do the same for you as well. Okay, so here are the trainings that we have coming up. Like I said, tomorrow night at 8 p.m., Eric is going to be laying the groundworks. We will get that information out to you. Just put it on your calendar, okay? Put it on the calendar. If you're like me, if it's not on my calendar, it's not happening, okay? Literally, me and my husband, if it's not on the calendar, it's not happening. I put it in my family calendar. Go put it in your family calendar. All right, the next one's going to be July 3rd. That one's at 3 p.m. Eastern time. I know, Jess, I can't make it. I know. Listen, it's going to be recorded. Relax. All right. And then there's other ones. They haven't announced the time. I'm going to assume it's at 3 p.m., but the other ones are the 16th, 23rd, and 30th. Okay. 1 hour a week to learn and be a student. Okay. Mark your calendars. Put it in the family calendar. Husband, I'm doing this for me because we're going to be in Cancun. Okay. All right. So here are your goals with Plexus. Number one, you've bought your products. If you haven't yet, that's okay. Listen up. Okay. You're going to go and grab your bestie, your neighbor, your cousin, your mom, your whoever. You're going to say, hey, we're doing this together. We're going to Cancun. We're going to be tan and skinny and healthy. Not skinny, but we're going to be healthy and looking really good on the beach together in Cancun with all of Plexus come February. Grab your plus one, your bestie, the one that you're like, oh my gosh, I found this restaurant. You got to go try it. Oh my gosh, I found the most epic mascara. You're going to grab your plus one. You're going to say, let's freaking go. Okay. And then after that, you're going to hit the rank of silver, which is 3 friends. So then you're going to grab 2 more. Okay. Don't worry. I know you're stressing out. I know you're sweating. We're going to talk about it. Relax. And then along the way, we're going to hit the icon club, the status. Okay. It's a pretty big deal. You're going to hit that along the way. Now, the Rising Leaders contest is not just 1 month. It's not 2 months. It's usually 3 or 4 months. So you have a long time to earn this, okay? It's not an overnight thing. It's months and months and months, okay? So that's why we're literally taking 6 months and helping you get started now to grow to get there, okay? But these are the things you're going to hit along the way. So hopefully this is making sense. We're taking a sequence of events to get you there, to make you be successful and grow and all the things. Okay. And then eventually you're going to be gold by the time the contest is over with, which is around $800 to $1,000 a month, give or take, on how you're growing your business. Okay. Isn't that amazing? I want you guys to imagine that in February of 2026, you are saying bye to all your friends. I'm going to go get tan and fry on the beach. And I'm going to have some drink with my Plexus friends, the ones that listened to me, the ones that believed in me. And you're going to go to Cancun, and you're going to be by that time, you're going to be making an extra on top of what you already make with your income or whatever you do, an extra $800 to $1,000 a month. Like, just imagine the relief that would bring to your budget, to maybe having some extra money for savings for your groceries, whatever it may be. And you're probably going to feel a whole lot better when you stay consistent with your products. Okay. Fun, right? Okay. We're dreaming. We're on the beach. We're doing great. All right. So what is Icon Club Party? Again, this is not overnight. This is not 1 month. This is months. So by the end of August, they said if you hit Icon Club status, which is 10 friends, that's like 2 to 3 friends a month, just so you know. That's like 1 conversation a week. Okay? Not difficult, right? Because I know that number 10 sounded a little like a lot, right? But it's not. It's 1 conversation a week. Talking to a friend, being intentional, and saying, "Hey, come and do this with me," and helping 2 of those 10 friends say, "You're going to do this with me." Okay? So by the end of August, you hit Icon Club Party. You've already earned a lot of points towards Rising Leaders, towards Cancun, and you're growing your paycheck. Okay? That's amazing. Like, win, 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 checking all the boxes, right? Okay. All right, so I want to give you guys a little visual on what this could look like and what I want you to kind of plan to do, because I know saying these terms, silver and gold and icon, blah, 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 you're like, this is another language, Jess. I don't know what the heck you're talking about. Let's take a look at it really quick. So if you did +1, okay, there's you, and you did +1 in June, but you also like did not shut up about that pink drink and you went silver in June, the end of the month, you got a whole week. You can do that. I know you got 3 friends that have way too many energy drinks and they do not go to the bathroom. You can earn $300 and you're well on your way to earning points in the contest and growing a business. Okay. Then you're like, June. Yes, awesome. Let's keep it going. And then in July, you help all those 3 people that you've originally helped. Okay. They love their products. They're ordering again. Well, then you're like, I got 3 more friends who want to feel good. Well, they join you. And then your other friends won't shut up about that pink drink because they're all like Alani addicted, right? And these people are taking Miralax and drinking coffee to go to the bathroom and they need help, right? They need Plexus. So then by the end of July, you're like, boom, second promotion in the bag. I got it. And I got a growing team. And you're earning about a $500 paycheck. That's amazing, right? Just think about that. And then, wait, there's more. And then in August, this looks excessive. This is just too much. But honestly, it's literally you helping a few more friends. You've hit the icon, you've helped 10 friends, and they've helped friends and you have 2 senior silvers, and then you have other friends who are feeling better. So by the end of August, you're earning between 800 to $1,000. There's a lot of different ways we are paid. I just put some numbers out there as a general rule of yeah, and it could be a whole lot more than that, just so you know. So that is what that kind of looks like. Obviously, it's going to look different for everybody, but that's just going based off of the Icon Club program. Okay. So there are 3 pillars of what we do here, what we've already discussed. You help friends get started. Okay. You enroll. So you're going to help them go to the bathroom regular, get off Alani's. We're going to retain them, meaning you want to help them continue to take the product. So instead of them just going and buying random things at GNC and stuff from Amazon, because we have no idea what's in them, they're going to have a one-stop shop with Plexus, and they're going to be able to order and keep ordering with Plexus because we have so many amazing perks, and they can get paid for ordering their products and so many more reasons. And then we grow. So they grow, you grow, all the things. Everybody gets a paycheck. You get a paycheck, and you get a paycheck, right? So enroll, retain, grow. That's literally our business. That's what that is. Enroll, retain, grow. It's simple, right? Not easy, but it is simple. Okay, so some things, or we're going to talk about to do some important things, some things that are not as important, and things that you don't need to worry about. Okay, All right, so conversations with people. Like if you're not talking to people, how are they going to know what you're doing? If you're not talking to people, how do they know that you want to go to Cancun, right? Have the conversations. The worst they're going to say is no. You will not die, I promise. I've had some sweaty conversations. I'm having a sweaty conversation with you guys right now. Like I'm sweating. Um, being consistent. I cannot stress this enough. My number one rule for success is consistency, right? You want to get fit, you got to show up to the gym, got to consistently hit your macros, got to consistently like put the cookies down, right? All right. Being in your stories. Oh my gosh, if you're not in your stories yet, you should be because people really want to see your life. They want to see your real life and what you're doing. And it's not a scary place. And if it is, you get better at it and you get better at it by doing it. Okay. I tell my kids all the time, yes, you can. If you're not good at it, let's get better. You get better by doing it. Okay. Leading with love. We love people around here. You are not a dollar sign to anybody here. We are not just trying to sell you something. I'm not going to just say, oh, yeah, here's my link. Go ahead and order. No, no, you've got a problem and I've got the solution. So we're going to figure that out because I love you and you deserve to feel a whole lot better. We just got to figure out what it is that you need. Okay. And customer care. We love our customers. I truly, truly will bend over backwards for my customers because they're amazing and I appreciate them. And that's what our business is built on. Okay. What's not nearly as important is learning the products. It is important, but you're going to learn along the way. Okay. It's not an emergency. All right. Also, the compensation plan. Pretty amazing. That's what inspired me to start this business. You're going to really be inspired and probably be mind blown at how much potential is here. Again, not an emergency, but learn along the way of doing this because you're going to get random deposits like you've got money and people literally all the time, is this real? Is this a scam? No, that's the real money that you made. And then where you're going, tell people where you're going, where you're headed, have vision. Like we have a guide or we have a plan for you. Just understand that you need to know where you're headed. Okay. But there's steps in place. All right. And then the other thing, let me turn my light on. Hang on. Sorry, I didn't realize my light was on. Okay. And then the low priorities we don't want you to have to worry about is being perfect. Please do not be perfect because nobody is. Like nobody. Perfect. Do not hold back because you feel like your post is not good enough. There are so many, I don't even know why some people on TikTok and stuff have 1 million views for showing their face like this. And like seriously, you do not need a perfect post. I love my paint drink. You need it too. The end. Okay. Do not need a perfect post or a perfect picture. Just show up authentically you. You do not need tons of reels. I don't even recommend starting them, actually, if you do not do them. Just do you because you will start to have burnout if you start doing the things that you don't like to do. And then you do not have to know everything. You will not know everything because I don't know everything. I've been here for a long time. Pretty much own the company. So you do not need to know everything. Please do not try because that's no fun. And then be an aesthetic. Like, I don't even know if I spelled that right, hopefully, but you don't be perfect. You don't need the perfect whatever for this. Just show up, be authentically you, be real. That's what people need. We want the raw, authentic you. Okay, so I put some pictures up here to show you guys proof that I really did and have been on a lot of trips with Plexus. This was my first one with my husband. Had no kids there. It was in 2015. I was pregnant with my oldest. And here is my oldest when he's 9. He's 9 now. He was almost 2 or 3 here. He was at a Plexus event where in Florida, we announced the pregnancy of my second baby. And my first cruise to the Bahamas in 2017 after I had my second one. And then 2019, we were in San Diego. 2023, I think. I didn't put all of them up here. We were in Punta Cana. And then this was us also in 2024. We went to Labadee on a cruise, a few of us on here. So that was that. And yeah, so that was that presentation. Okay, one last thing. I want to tell you guys a story. So I go to a gym, have been consistent in my gym for almost 3 years, and I was there this week on Monday, back after going to Dallas for the week, and there was a new guy in there. He had never been to the gym. he was very out of shape. It happens, right? We all get to a point where we eventually choose that we need to make the change, right? I mean, he couldn't even do the stretches. Not judging him, just stating the facts. Like he could not do the stretches. And he he really struggled throughout the entire 45 minutes to an hour. And the whole time I just honestly waited for him to leave because it was very challenging for him. And the whole time he said, I cannot do this, I cannot do that, I cannot do this. Whenever you start something, it's always scary, right? It's new, right? It doesn't feel comfortable. You're starting to exercise a new muscle. You're starting to do something you've never been able to do, and it's uncomfortable. And our brain does this really cool thing where if it's uncomfortable, it starts to make excuses, right? Have you ever been there where you're like, oh, I don't want to do that. Let me make an excuse to not show up. Let me make an excuse to not post. Let me make an excuse to not do whatever. So our brain does that, but what I want you guys to know is number one, he finished the class and everybody clapped for him and it was amazing to see and he has still kept going and he's already seeing progress. But we all sometimes want something new and to get better or to want something better out of life, you have to do something different. And that's what I love about this is that we get to do something new because if nothing changes, nothing changes, right? If you just stay consistent in your life every day that you're doing, nothing changes, no promotions, no money handed to you. Where's your life going to be at in 5 years? How about 10 years? Are you going to be in the same spot? Because the worst place to be in 1 year, 2 years, wherever, is in the same position that you are right now. So I invite you to come and continue to listen to everybody who went and did something very scary last week. Most of them had been to their first convention. They had no freaking clue what they were signing up for. They literally sent me money for an Airbnb, said, I'm going to go to Dallas. Literally, some of them did it like a week before. And they did something scary and they did it and they had so much fun. So now they're going to share their experience and what this has done for them so far. So I'm going to shut up and I'm going to ask Jeremy to go ahead and step up. And now I'm going to tell you, Jeremy stayed in a house with 10 women. It was not no upside pineapple, hanky panky stuff. Okay. His wife was there with us. Promise. We love Jeremy, but it was a lot of fun and you get to hear from him. So Jeremy, take it away.
All right, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Good. So, going off of that, I got back to work on Monday, and the first comment I got when I walked into the store was, "You were down there with 10 other girls. You should have seen the smile on your face in all those pictures." Well, yeah, I was down there with 10 other girls and I had a smile on my face. So, and if you're wondering, I'm the guy behind the camera taking all those pictures. All right. So, it's fun. All right. And if you don't follow Jess, Megan, Izzy, or Caitlin on TikTok, go follow them. So, I don't even know where to begin. There was a lot of stuff, right? So it started at the airport, TikToks, getting there, the fun times, the flight. We were able to go Monday night to an icon party. I'm sure you've seen the pictures. I dressed up as Hardy. Caitlin dressed up as Lainey Wilson. We went, we had a blast. We sang, we drank, we ate. It was a fun time. So then we got ready to go to convention and start the real stuff on Tuesday. So the motivational speakers that they had there were probably one of the best things that I took away just because they put their real life events out there and you never know what the other people are going through until they share their story. And I'm not going to lie, I'm a 35 grown ass man and I cried and I'm tearing up still thinking about it a week later. All right. So John Dornbus went first, and his basically was you're always one decision away, right? You're always one decision away from starting. So Caitlin, I don't think she's on here. She's driving to Ohio or is in Ohio. So I'm that married bachelor guy for the week. But anyway, um, he always said that he was one decision away, right? And Caitlin hounded me and hounded me and hounded me to start, and I never wanted to do it. So one day I made the decision to start, And honestly, the day before convention, I was the lowest weight that I've been in probably 10 years. So I'm glad that one day I made that decision. And he was even telling us the story that he was getting a call when he was exiting the stadium one time playing for the Philadelphia Eagles, where this guy had a random tattoo of him on his thigh. And, he was just like, why me? He was like, why does some stranger have a tattoo of me on his thigh? So just think of that, right? One person out there is waiting to hear your story and could help them always make that one decision to start theirs. So that was one takeaway that I took from him. And then the next day, we heard from Ed Milat. I don't know, probably butchering his last name, but his takeaway was his book is One More Day. So, it's always, well, are you going to do it? I'm going to do it for one more day. Are you going to do it? You're going to do it for one more day. So you get into that one more day. And I took away that if you do it for one more day, the consistency is going to come, right? You start one day, you do it another day, you do it another day, you do it another day. Your consistency is going to come. So stay with it, work with it. If you haven't looked him up, look him up. Fantastic guy. Both of them were very, very, very good. So the other thing that I liked about convention is each of us got to break out for our different ranks, right? So I was senior silver, so Caitlin went to her gold. Jess went to her ranks. There's a lot of people that went to different breakouts. And I like that because it helped our certain ranks gain different ideas, right? So, like in there was Michelle, Lauren, and Amanda, and myself. And like right away, we decided to start like a group chat, right? Like, let's hold us accountable. Because, like Jess said, if you do it with somebody, it helps, right? Like, if you do it alone, you can feel brought down, you can feel discouraged, but if you have those other people out there encouraging you, messaging you, like I don't know, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, Michelle's like, y'all haven't posted yet. So we're like grabbing our phones and we're posting and we're like, we posted, have you posted? So it turns into a fun thing, right? So in those different classes, there was different rank people that was sharing their testimonies. And one of the biggest things that I literally told Jess when she was talking to me on the cruise that me and Caitlin went back in February, that Caitlin earned, that was an absolute blast. Mine and Caitlin's first cruise. So again, these events that you can earn aren't a scam. They're amazing. They're fun, and you surround your time with people that actually just have fun. That's literally to it. But literally, I told Jess, I was like, look, I sell Monday through Friday. I'm not selling. I'll share. And I don't know how many times they brought that up in their presentations last week. Don't sell. Yes, we're kind of selling, but we're sharing, right? The more you share on your stories, the more you share your consistencies, the more you share your wins, people are going to want to know what you're doing, right? So if you don't sell it and you share it, people are going to want to know and they will reach out. Okay. Another thing that me and Caitlin even talked about, and I talked to Jess before we even went, was having an event when we got back, right? Sometimes you do feel like you get stuck. Like, what's next? How can I help? Right. So, another thing that I went to Caitlin was like, when we get back, I want to have an event. So, they went over statistics, right? There was this one girl had an event. 96% of the people who showed up for her event signed up before leaving. So if you're thinking about having an event, plan it. Me and Caitlin are going to have one. Life's busy. We were going last week. She's going this week, but we are going to have one. So 96% of people signed up while having an event. And also kind of like what I've been working on since being back is finding out what products are going to work for that certain person, right? There's a bunch of different products, right? So what works for me might not work for somebody else that wants to focus on something else, or what works for that person might not work for their friend because they're looking for something else. So sit down, get to know what they want, what they're looking for, and then present to them a cart with what products is going to work for them. Because if you present something to them and it doesn't help them, then they're going to be like, well, this doesn't work. Well, because you didn't share with them the right ideas. So get to know your friends, get to know what they're looking for, and present them with ideas that are going to work for them. Um, and then just, touched on it too, the powers of the plus ones, right? So like I went out and so I made my commitment to Jess in February that I was going to help Caitlin, wasn't going to try, I was going to help Caitlin grow her business. So in March, I went silver. Boom. In April, I went senior silver. Boom, right? July, life got busy. Bo was playing baseball every night. Just like she said, my work got a little stressful. Kind of backed off, right? Well, as soon as I backed off, people kind of they back off a little bit, right? So stay consistent, check in. It's a simple text, simple Facebook message, check in. So the powers of the plus one are very important because if you find that friend, mom, brother, sister, dad that wants to do it, and then they find one more, it's just going to keep that funnel effect full. So the power of plus one is important. And then lastly, I mean, to end it all, we had the 90s party. Again, everybody's probably like, how do they take these pictures? How do they do all this? Who's taking the pictures? It's me. Okay. It's me. I'm that guy. I take the pictures. I don't get the fun. All right. I take the pictures. Okay. So, and men can do this too, right? Yes, there was 6,000 people, I think there was probably, I don't know, maybe 200 men. Yes, we're the minority of it. However, the products work for both me and Caitlin, right? So again, when I started this journey, I was 225. I'm down to 195 now. Okay. So do I put in the extra work of getting my steps in and lifting weights at home and running around with my children in the backyard? Yes. But these products have helped me get that energy, right? I remember a year and a half ago, I used to come home from work and Bo be like, Dad, let's go outside. And I'm like, no. And he's like, why? And I was like, because I'm tired. I want to lay down, right? That's not fair to him. It's not fair to me. So these products do work. So if you're looking for a plus one, get your husbands to sign up. They work. All right. And then yeah, Cancun, I'm ready. I'm taking my notes. I've got plans. I want to earn it. I want Caitlin to earn it. I want us both to earn it. So and then, leaving, it never fails, right? Coming back, airport security, it's always fun. It's always fun. Megan and Izzy got stopped. I got stopped for nothing, but it was fun. So that's my takeaways. I had fun. We already signed up to go to Ohio next year. So we're in. So if you guys have any questions, I'm no whiz at this, but if you want a different approach or see what's working and what's not working, ask me.
Yay. Great job, Jeremy. We appreciate you. You truly are the best cameraman ever. We wouldn't have all the content without you. We appreciate it. Thank you. Okay.
You're
Next, we're
welcome.
going to hear from my friend Kasey. She has been to convention several times. She's also taken breaks in between. So she's going to give you a different perspective as well with her experience and why this convention was so different. And she's going to tell you that you've got to show up if you really are serious about this. So Kasey, go ahead.
Right. So I went twice. One time I went and I partied too hard and didn't absorb anything. And then the second time I went and I took my family and I was too worried about them, didn't really absorb anything. This time went without anybody and I had like 4 sheets of paper left in my notebook. and a mind full of everything. But anyways, so my takeaway is reminder, we are the OG of gut health. We are patented in the Slim MBA and the Immune Plus. People try to redo it all the time. Ain't gonna happen. There's not many companies like us that can say that we are debt free. So don't worry about us falling or crashing. Ain't gonna happen. We don't have, our products have a need. Our products work for that need, and our products are priced to sell. And yes, I've been doing this for such a long time, but when Eric Ward came up on stage and said that, it was like, yeah, you are right. We do have a need. Our products work for that, and they aren't that expensive. It's all in your head. If you can go to Starbucks and get a drink, you can get these products. We also, let's see, there's so much stuff. I have it all over the place. So there's only 1% of the world that knows about Plexus. So we need to get louder. Just like convention, get loud. We need to get louder about it. I need to get louder. You need to get louder. We need to see it everywhere. We have a big gap. People are now starting to jump into the healthier lifestyle. So here we are, right at their feet, have it everything for them. Our speakers this year were absolutely amazing. Like Jeremy said, John was just, his story and everything was great. Like he said, if you can shuffle cards, you can shuffle your mind. So if you're in a negative mindset right now, go ahead and shuffle it. Dig into the things that you need to dig into. Start looking more in for the gratitude of your life, and things will just fall right into place. He also said, what if the reason you're insecure is the reason the world needs you? I'm the biggest insecure person that you could probably come across. So when he said that, that really brought me to tears, and it was amazing. He also said, either rise with vision or rise in disgrace. So you're going to rise no matter what. Why don't you rise with your vision and show the world and show yourself and lead yourself how you want to lead others? Ed was amazing. I still can't talk about him without crying, so I'm not going to pull it up. I'm going to move on because I still can't talk about him at all. My voice is shaky just right now. And then in Gold U training, Christina Williams said something that was like really like mind-striking. There's girls that got on here and that just like blew away. They got to gold and senior gold and all that stuff. And it's not that they're better than me. It's just that they're growing faster because they have owned up to their ownership sooner.
Nope, hold on. I can't hear you. Mm-mm. Oh, there. Wait, talk.
Hold on.
Oh,
I'm
there you
moving. There I am. Okay,
Yeah.
where did you stop listening?
are. When people go senior gold, they're not going faster than you.
Oh, yeah. So Christina Williams, she said that the people that are growing faster than you, they're not better than you. They just have owned up to their ownership sooner. So they've owned up to their excuses sooner. They've owned up to digging into the hard stuff sooner, owned up to just like learning and being coachable sooner than what you have. So don't get discouraged. Just own up to it and start digging in. And then Abby Taylor had a really good quote, and it said that hard doesn't mean you're failing, it means you're becoming. So you're becoming the person that you want to become. You're becoming the leader that you want to become. So go out there and fail, because you're not going to learn anything if you don't fail. And I have already bought my hotel room for next year. I already have my ticket, and I'm ready to roll. And get yourself some of the new skin line, because the dark circles, guys,
Yay.
Amazing.
I knew this new skin health stuff is so good. Yes, definitely order that. It's so good. If you need some recommendations, go ahead and get the skin stuff. Okay, thank you, Kasey. That was so good. All right, and tonight we're gonna wrap it up with hearing from Izzy. This is Izzy's first convention. She joined me a year ago, and literally she said she almost unfriended me or unfollowed me because I wouldn't leave her alone. So, um, never ever give up. Go ahead, Izzy.
Yes, I did almost mute your ass, but it was only because I was envious and I wanted to be you. And here I am. Now I'm doing it. So convention was so much fun. It was definitely like one of those things, it's hard to put into words. You just had to be there. You had to experience it all. Um, just I went on the cruise last year, so I got to see Plexus and like the company and what they were about and how they just cared about their ambassadors and their people and how truly like they go so big for us. It's I, like, can't even wrap my mind around the fact that they're a debt-free company just because of all the things they do. So, like, I swept the contest for convention, so I was able to get, like, a customized rancher hat, I got a free pair of cowboy boots, jewelry, I got, money for my ticket to get there, I got the icon party, which Megan and Jeremy and Caitlin were able to come to. Like, it's just like wild to me. Another thing about the icon party is it was at the House of Blues, and like we had the entire building to ourselves, all 3 floors, Plexus. Nobody else was in there. They had food in like every corner for you. There, every floor had a different party going on. And like I just like can't. I was like, are they closed on Mondays or something? Like, how did they do this? I still don't understand how they were able to do this. So I just they always remind you that they care about you. They're not going anywhere. They're here for their ambassadors. They're going to do what's right for their ambassadors, for their customers. They're on their way to be like a billion-dollar company and they want to be a household name. Like they have big dreams for Plexus. Like they want Plexus to like we are the OGs and anytime somebody tries to step they're like, "No, sit back. We got this." So I love that so much. The other thing that I loved so much about convention was just being together as a team. It's very rare that well, now that I'm in North Carolina, that I get to hang out with everybody, but it was like we didn't even skip a beat. Like, I was sitting there with Megan chatting, and I almost forgot that, like, I hadn't seen her since I moved in October because 'cause we're just always chatting and together, and to finally all be in one room and talk about our goals, that was, like, my favorite part after going through the trainings and like sitting down and be like, okay, where are you going to be next year? All right, what's your goal for next year? Like holding each other accountable. We want people to be successful. We want people to like stay and do this and grow with us. And that was like my favorite part, just to like chat with everybody and even like help each other. Like talking about social media. I think we all struggle with social media at some point in different ways and just to be able to like bounce ideas off of each other and like Michelle, I'm still waiting to see Bacon, okay? You told me he was a pain in the ass and I want to see him. So I'm excited when you get back from your vacation to see you feeding Bacon every morning, okay? But that's like love that as well. Another thing is they will give you all the trainings you need. Like our gold training was about social media and how to like ways to show up. And I feel like I do a pretty good job at social media. I'm not perfect, like I don't have it all figured out, but I still like to kind of like hear about like, oh, that's like a good idea, or like talking about chat GBT and using chat GBT to like plan out things to post and what to say and all the other things. So that was fun. Also bouncing off of what Jeremy said about helping people. Um, we're definitely like, this isn't about selling to people and getting people to join our team. Like, it's genuinely like we want to help our friends feel better. Especially like for me, my target people are stay-at-home moms only because I was a stay-at-home mom. The perfect person for you is like the person you used to be. So I stay-at-home mom, I struggled with anxiety, I was sick. Okay, I was low energy, like, and that's who I want to help because I was in that position. And it's been a while since I made some money for myself. So I know what that's like too. So I want to help like another mom feel good, have the energy, not be as stressed and overwhelmed, maybe lose the extra weight and make extra money. So like think about who you were and who you want to be, and like those are the people you want to help. And just to be a leader, like show up. If you want people to do this with you, you have to show up the way that you want them to show up. So I show up every day on my stories. I'm sure you guys see me every morning making my hydrate, and you're probably like, again, yes, again. And I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna do it again tomorrow. But like that's how I let people know that I'm here and I'm still doing this and I'm not going anywhere. And when you feel comfortable to talk to me, I'm here. My business is open. So yeah, it was so much fun. I cannot wait for Leaders Retreat just to be together with everybody. Leaders Retreat is definitely a different vibe as convention. Convention is very like business, learning, growing. Leaders Retreat, ugh, it's a good time. See you on the silent disco dance floor, okay?
Yes. Oh my gosh, silent disco. You guys have not been to a Plex. You've never been to a party. You've never had a vacation until you've been on a Plexus vacation and party.
Mm-hmm.
Bet. Like seriously. So until okay, and again, rising leaders, it's called rising leaders for a reason. Okay. It used to be called Leaders Retreat. Now it's rising leaders because we want to rise up. We want people to rise up and be leaders. So if you are just starting out, or if you're not joining yet, or if you're questioning this is for you. Like I said, I've been in the business for almost 11 years. It's harder for me to earn these things, which I love a challenge. Don't challenge me because I will not lose. I will not. But if you are just starting, this is for you. We want you to rise up and be a leader and build something that you can be proud of, no matter where you are. I've got people who are nurses, full-time people everywhere. And I've got stay-at-home moms. My husband, he does this. He's senior gold. I mean, he doesn't know much about it, but you know, he does it too. So this is for everyone. So what's the next step? And you're like, Jess, I'm excited. I've heard all of you guys' stories. Now what? Okay, tomorrow you're gonna mark your calendar for 8 p.m. and you're gonna get on Eric Wars Zoom. We're gonna give you that information, but you're gonna mark your calendars. You're gonna show up. You're gonna continue to think about this. Now, just remember, life is gonna life. You're gonna wake up tomorrow and go to work, or you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, my kids drive me crazy. Guess what? Life is gonna life, no matter what. Whether you do this or not, it's a choice. Every day you wake up and you decide, do I want something different? Do I want to dream bigger? Do I want to do something different with my life? It's your choice. You're not going to always have somebody there cheering you on because it's going to be a whole lot easier to not do the little consistent effort work than to just go sit on the couch and go scroll on TikTok. Okay. So go do the things. Come and be with us because I'm telling you, I'm going to be in Cancun in February along with a lot of other people, but it's up to you to show up every single day. You have a choice every day to either do the work or not, and it's going to reflect come February, come September, whatever. Let's go to Cancun, continue to show up for the Zooms, ask the person who invited you here for that information, okay? And I'm going to tell you, you're going to dig yourself a hole if you show up to one and then it's like, oh, I don't need to show up to that one. Oh, I don't need to show up to that one. And then you get deeper and deeper and deeper. And then guess what? You're nowhere near the Plexus world. Okay. It's a positive little world here. We have a lot of fun. We're going to lift you up. We're going to push you. We're going to challenge you. And we're going to cheer you on every step of the way. So, does anybody have anything to add? Any questions before we hop off? No? Okay. I'm
Oh,
gonna
I did want to add one thing.
go
Sorry,
ahead.
I'm so
No, you're
sorry.
good. You're good.
So last year when Megan and I earned the Leaders Retreat, I just want everybody to know that we had only been doing it for 5 months. So this is for new people starting out. Like we were not here very long and we were able to earn that. So yes,
Yes.
it's very possible for everybody.
And leaders are born at events. Like I will say, every single person who earned Leaders Retreat last year has ranked up at least twice since then, and every single person that you saw, not everybody talked at who went to convention, because we're going to split it up because I don't want to take up 4 hours of your time. So next week we're going to have another team event, another team Zoom, and you guys can hop on and hear other people and hear their takeaways. But the people who go to convention come back and they grow from that as well. So if you want to do something and you want to make this a real thing, like legit, show up to events, come to the team Zooms. We have coffees on Fridays, all the things. Any other questions or anything to add? No, I'm going to click stop record.